Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going over what worked in October and what did not. I have a nice mix of drugstore and high-end makeup here. I'm going to show the application on my face, so if that sounds interesting, just keep watching. When I started applying my makeup on camera, I already had my eyeshadow primer on. I already had my brow pencil applied. Those will be linked. For primers, I'm going to start with the primers that did not work first. The first primer was this one from Pacifica. I bought this, and I'm going to admit it, I bought it for the scent Cherry. I also bought it because it says that it's matte. This is the Mattifying Primer Oil Control with Wild Cherry Extract. This was a fail. When I opened it, it went everywhere. It is a super thin liquid. I wish I had known that, number one. Number two, it smells not nice. See, I just opened it and it spit everywhere again. I'm telling you, I think half this bottle is gone and I used it once. So, it smells like chemicals, kind of like a cough syrup. Not my thing. Didn't do a great job mattifying my face. This might be the biggest fail of the month. In the okay category for primers, I tried this Glass Correct primer from Wet n Wild. And I'm going to say that it's in the okay category just because I am an oily skin type. I knew I was taking a chance picking up this primer because it brightens, and sometimes when you brighten it can translate to a shine on the face. This I do enjoy. I will continue using it, but I have to be careful to use it with my more matte foundations because it does provide a layer of moisture. It does provide a slight illumination, but I do feel like it smooths the skin. I do feel like it helps my makeup last longer. This is an inexpensive option from Wet n Wild. I do enjoy so many of their products. So this is in the okay category. Number one for primers this month is this one here from Caliray. This is the Caliray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. I took a chance getting this. It is on the more expensive side. I love it. And that's one of the things I love about YouTube. I was interested in it when I did the What's New in Makeup, and then I watched a few reviews and I thought this sounds like a primer for me. So they helped me. I want to help you. This is a good one. I think it would work for normal to oily skin types. I'm not sure about the dry skin type because it does mattify. It blurs, it mattifies, helps my makeup last longer, and the smell is delicious. It smells like you're putting oranges on your face. So refreshing. I do love this primer. I only tried one new foundation this month and it was a winner. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. They reformulated it. It's only $10. You can find Catrice on their website, on Amazon. I had this a long time ago, so when I saw that it was reformulated, I was curious. I picked it up and it was gorgeous. This is so nice for, I would say, for normal to oily skin types, or if you prefer a matte finish. I don't find it to be drying. It went super well with my Caliray. This has been like my favorite for the last couple of weeks since I've had it. Love that combo. Love this foundation. I have mine in the shade, I think it's Hazelnut Beige. Yes, just went on super well. Of course I used my, it's gonna be a favorite, my new sponge from Game of Thrones. I was a sucker for this. I've never tried Makeup Revolution sponges. I think this is a great sponge. I love the little holder. It makes me happy. So of course I used that to apply the foundation today. I picked up these new bronzers from Makeup Revolution this month. These are their Ultra Cream bronzers. I couldn't decide on the shade, so I picked up light and I picked up dark. I've been using them both. Today I used the dark. If I want a little more of a sculpt, maybe a little more of a glam look, I'm gonna go for the deeper shade. If I wanna look more soft and natural and just a slight contour, I'm gonna go for the light one. These are super inexpensive, a great option for you. In the blush category, I tried two new blushes this month. One that you've seen on camera and one that you have not. I apologize. I do have my hospital emergency makeup products that I got when my son was in the hospital at the beginning of the month. It was an emergency situation. We were at the hospital. I ended up being there for 5 days. I am the girl that needs a little makeup on my face at all times. It can be minimal, and it was minimal in the hospital. So I'm going to show you all the things that I picked up and tell you what I thought of them and how they worked for me. So for blush, the one that you did not see, I picked up one of the e.l.f. Putty blushes. This one is in the shade Bora Bora. I just wanted a nice hot pink. I thought just a nice flush on my cheeks in the hospital would be nice, and this one did not disappoint me. It is just a nice soft pink that you can wear just as a light flush, or of course you can build it up to be that bright pop of pink. It wore well. The other cream blush that I picked up was from Half Baked. This I found on Amazon. I'd seen it featured on TikTok. I wanted to try it out. I loved the cute little packaging. I picked up the shade Velvet Tiger, and this is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. I was a little worried. If you look in there, it almost feels greasy, but what it really reminds me of, and I just thought of this now, is the Milani cream blushes. They look a little oily in the pan, but they do not cause a problem with my hair sticking to my blush or anything weird happening like that. Very nice staying power. I love that it's just a neutral color that's not too pink, not too orange. I like that for when I'm not sure what shade to go in with, and it just applies lovely. You can go light, you can go heavy, it just works. And the price is right. Forgot to mention concealer. I did pick up an emergency concealer when I went to Ulta. It was so hard. I thought, do I get things that I know I love, or do I take this opportunity to grab some new things? I took the opportunity to grab something that I'd never used before. And what I grabbed was this Maybelline Super Stay. This is their 30-hour concealer. I got this. My eyes, and this is probably where I made a mistake. I should have gone with a concealer that I knew was going to work well, because this one is going to go in the okay category. You'll see even when I applied in the video footage that I applied it, blended it out, and then had to apply more. I don't like to build up concealer because it can end up looking heavy under my eyes. This one, it's only okay. I have absolutely tried worse, but I for sure have tried better. Of course, while I was in the hospital, I did pick up brow products, and I apologize. I meant to use this one today when I was filming, and I just forgot and used my Loreal brow pencil. This is a great brow pencil, not new to my stash. I just grabbed it and put it on. But what I tried new in October was this one from Juvias Place. This is the Sculpt Eyeshade Brow Pencil. You know I'm a huge fan of Juvias Place, one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I love their mattes and their shimmers. They're fantastic. This brow pencil is great. It is definitely a good one. It has a spoolie on the one side and a precise tip on the other. I think it worked out that when I was there, Juvias Place was even on sale, so it was a win-win. So this is a good one. My shade is dark brown, and then of course I grabbed brow gel. This is their Sculpt Eyeshade Brow Gel. I am a clear brow gel kind of gal, and this one does a good job. It's not as strong as my e.l.f. or my NYX or even the Soap Brow, but it did a great job in the hospital. My eyebrows looked great, and of course I will continue using these. When I was in the hospital, I had a lip pencil, I had a lip color, I had powder. So I didn't pick up a lipstick there, but I did try a new lipstick from Makeup Revolution. When I did that Game of Thrones video, I picked up the Cersei Red. This is their matte balm liquid lip, and this was in her shade. They had other shades for other characters on the show. I'm just a huge Game of Thrones fan, if you're not familiar. And this lipstick, again, is going to go in the okay category. My biggest complaint with this one is that it is a little bit sticky, but it really does last. If you're not the kind of person that puts your lips together all day long, you're not going to notice it, but it gives a nice matte finish. I don't feel like it's drying out my lips horribly. I even see a teensy bit of a sheen, so it's not a flat matte, but it's really, it's nice. If you're looking for a nice red at an inexpensive price, I say it's okay. I just have other formulas that feel like nothing on the lips, so I'm going to probably reach for them before I'll reach for this. But this was not a waste of money because I like Cersei. And while red, I don't think she ever had red on her lips, it was still fun to pick it up. My inner corner, you know, I like to put a little bit of white in my inner corner. I feel like it really brightens the eyes. And I have been struggling to find a white pencil alternative to my BH one. BH is going through some changes. They've just been bought out. I'm not sure what's going on with them, so I haven't been ordering a lot from their website, and I need a white pencil alternative. I've gone through a couple that I am not liking. And when I was at Ulta, I was recommended to purchase the NYX Jumbo in white for my inner corner from the employee, and I should have known. I had reservations that it was going to be too bulky to put on the inner corner, and I was right. Is this a bad pencil? No. So maybe what I'll use it for is a base on my lid. Sometimes if I want my lid color to pop a little bit more, I will put it there. But for the inner corner, it is too fat. So that was a little bit of a fail, but just because it didn't serve the purpose for which I purchased it. I'm still using the No Budge white often. I will take this is their cream eyeshadow. I will take a very small brush, like this one, dip it in and just draw just a little V on either side. I feel like it really makes a difference in my eye look. I am enjoying this very much. And today I set it with a little white powder from my favorite palette of the month. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm saving the eyeshadows for last. I tried a new liquid liner this month, and that is a big deal because I really struggle with liquid liners. I love my Inglot gel black liner. I use that often. I like the Essence Lash Princess liquid liner, but I also picked up the Makeup Revolution Game of Thrones. This is their Renaissance Flick. I believe that this eyeliner exists outside of the Game of Thrones title, that you can get this anytime if you're not interested in Game of Thrones, but this liner I very, very much enjoyed. Something about the point, it's just easy to put on. I just did a very small flick on the outside of my eyes today, but I find that it is a bit inkier than my Essence, which if I'm going for a liquid liner, I'm grabbing that Essence Lash Princess, and it's not quite as dark as this one, so that one gives this one a leg up. It did not smear. I've had black liners that end up running or feathering in my eyes. None of those things happen. Another creator years ago talked about how much she loved the Renaissance Flick, so that helped as well when that collection came out and I saw that that was there. That was an easy choice, and yes, I love that. For mascaras, I have 3 mascaras here, and I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my top favorite. In the Game of Thrones video, I picked up the Game of Thrones mascara from Makeup Revolution. I'm not sure what formula this is. I'm assuming Makeup Revolution has different formulas. I did not enjoy this mascara at all. I had a hard time building it up. It was a little sort of sticky. I couldn't get the volume and the fullness that I wanted, so this one I will not reach for. I've tried multiple times, and every time I try, I just move on. I grab another mascara that I know is going to work better. The other one is this gorgeous one from Lancome. This one's a leg up from the Revolution because this is gorgeous, just not going to be a favorite of mine. This is stunning packaging. I love the weight of it, the luxness of it. I like the wand that is on here. My only complaint with this mascara is it just doesn't build up to the volume that I want. This gives, I would say, a medium volume. It is not wimpy in any way, shape, or form, but I want lots and lots and lots of volume without getting too clumpy. This one is gorgeous. If you like luxe packaging, if you like a good mascara, this one is for you. And the last one is going to rank number 1, and this was the one that I picked up when I needed makeup for the hospital, and this is the Essence Another Volume Mascara, just better. This one, I knew Essence wasn't going to let me down, so I picked this one up, and it is fantastic. It is the one that I used on my eyes today. I've used it multiple times this month. I'm not sure if I like it more than the False Lash Effect from Lash Princess, but this one is a great alternative. I think this is nice. This is still on the newer side, so my guess, let's look at the wand on this one, my guess is that in another month or so, when this gets a little bit of age on it, I'm gonna really fall in love with it. So I'll try to keep you updated on that, but that will for sure be in my rotation of mascaras, and probably the least expensive of the three, so imagine that. We are ready to talk about eyeshadows. I tried 5 new eyeshadows this month, and I'm gonna rank them. At the bottom is this e.l.f. No Budge eyeshadow. So you know I love the white cream. I love that for my inner corner. I've used that as a base to make the shimmers pop. I also bought this shade while Luke was in the hospital, and this is just the brown shade that they have, Sand Dune, and it is I would call it a cool toned brown, and it did the trick. It did the trick while I was in the hospital. I just did like an all over lid shade. If I can find a picture, I think I did take a selfie just in case I wanted to talk about the makeup that I purchased. But it worked out well just to give a wash of color on my eyes. It didn't crease. So if you are that one and done kind of eyeshadow person, you might enjoy that. But just of what I tried this month, that one's gonna rank at the bottom because I'll reach for that the least. The next one is going to be this Harmony palette from Alter Ego. I was very excited to try a dupe for the Natasha Denona Retro palette. And this one, the mattes are lovely, the shimmers are mediocre. I'm not in love with the shimmers. That's my biggest complaint and why it's ranked 4 out of 5 in my palettes. This one, very mauve-y toned, very romantic, very beautiful, very soft and pretty. I think these tones would complement a lot of skin tones. There is great range in this palette. My only complaint is the shimmers. Did not pop quite as much as I would like, but what I've been doing is I have worn this a few times, is I will use my white base underneath just to give that shimmer a little bit of pop, or this seems very cool toned to me, so I had a ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow, the shade Tassel. I love that one. It's like a white silver. I tapped that over in the inner corner. It really, really made a difference. I think I have a picture of that too because I was much, much happier with the palette once I did that. So still a good alternative if the retro palette was on your wish list and it's outside of your budget. This is a good alternative from Alter Ego. I have a few of their palettes and I like them. 3, 2, and 1 for my eyeshadow palettes were a little bit harder because I really do love all 3 of these palettes. But I had to put in third place this one from Hocus Pocus and ColourPop. This is the All Hallows Eve Pressed Powder Palette. This is so cute. It is my favorite of the 3 palettes that ColourPop did with Hocus Pocus. Really, really pretty, but you can get purple looks, orange looks. I've done neutral looks, a lot of great looks with this palette, inexpensive. If you are a Hocus Pocus fan, I say for sure, grab that. Number 2, this is hard to do, but I'm doing it. This is the Pat McGrath, and this is her holiday palette. It is the Celestial Nirvana Shadow palette in Bronze Bliss. This is a stunning palette. I had this on the other day and my mother was like, oh my gosh, your eyeshadow is stunning. I said, it's my Pat McGrath, Mom. It is so beautiful. This is a great taste into Pat McGrath if you are a simple colored eyeshadow lover, but you really like your mattes to be creamy and your shimmers to pop, pop, pop. This center shade right here, I am absolutely in love with. I mean, there is nothing in my collection. Maybe the mini Xenon from Natasha Denona, that center shade there, but this is just gorgeous. It catches in the light, it doesn't crease, it lasts all day, but this one has 4 shimmers and 1 matte, that is why it is number 2. She should have put another matte in here. If I were creating this palette, I would have made one of these 2 browns a matte. There was no need for 2 different shades of a bronzy brown shimmer. I love the light champagne. I love this taupey silver. The black is lovely, but one of these, if they were a matte, this would be number 1. This would be difficult for me to keep my hands out of. But if you are still interested in this palette, what I would suggest that you do if you need a lighter matte to create structure in your eye, it's just to use your bronzer. Use your bronzer or a peachy shade. I mean, we all have bronzers or peachy browns in our eyeshadow collections, but that would be easy to help blend out that black. But those shimmers make this palette worth it. And number one, I am shocked, I am pleased, I am so happy that I tried Beauty Bay this month. This is the Beauty Bay Dark Fantasy palette. This one, it's just the formula. I mean, I do like the big fat pans. That reminds me of kind of my Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace. It also reminds me of a lot of Juvia's Place. I just like the bigger pan sizes. Wayne Goss does that. I do like that, which is funny because I have a huge eyeshadow collection, but I just like the idea of swirling around in a bigger pan. But this palette has everything. It has the neutrals. As you can see, I have neutrals on my eyes today. I just went with the nice bronzy browns and shimmers. You can go green, you can go purple, you can go black. There's multiple ways that you can go. This reddish brown is so pretty, and then the shimmers are just amazing. I had to keep myself out of this pink shimmer today. I wanted to put it on, but I felt like the gold would look better with my shirt. But this is the pink shimmer. I mean, these shimmers are just so smooth, and oh my gosh, I mean, look at that. That is just like butter on my skin. So pretty. Here's the silver. I believe I have used every shade in this palette at this point, and for less than $20, are you kidding me? They just came out with some neutral palettes that I'm gonna have to pick up because they are just gorgeous. Beauty Bay sells different brands as well, so go and take a look on there. Like, I was on Beauty Bay yesterday looking at the neutral palettes that they have, and I saw the Revolution bronzers on there. So that is everything. I hope that this was fun for you. I would love to hear if you tried anything new this month, whether it's new to the market or just new to you, anything that you really loved or really hated. I would love to hear it. Let's help each other. This is a community of people that love makeup, want to learn about makeup, want to sharpen their skills. Everything that I know about makeup, I learned on YouTube. I just love this platform. I hope you do too. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. If you hit the notification bell right next to that subscribe button, you'll get a notification every time I upload. Give the video a thumbs up, please, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.